Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. So today we have Tata Altroz iTurbo, which means intelligent turbo. So before moving on to the next one, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do consider subscribing. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through its exterior design, and then I'm going to show you inside, and I'm going to try out some some of its technology, and finally I'm going to show you how luxurious it is, and of course I'm going to take the car for a drive and see how the car drives. So a big shout out for Tata Motors URSKAR, which is here in Mysuru, for lending me the Tata Altroz iTurbo. So if you're looking to buy any kind of Tata vehicle, or if you want to check out the Tata Altroz iTurbo, please do go visit them. So now let's check out the prices and the variants available in Tata Altroz. So XZ Plus is a new variant which has been introduced now, and there is roughly around 60,000 rupees difference between the XZ Plus naturally aspirated plus the XZ Plus iTurbo. And also I guess this is a most affordable turbo hatchback in India compared to the Polo and i20. And the prices of the other variants have been flashing on the screen right now. Please take it down or take a screenshot for a future reference. So now let's drive open the bonnet of the vehicle. So the new thing in this car is 1.2 liter turbocharged petrol engine. So this produces around 108 bhp and 114 Nm of torque, and of course this is 3-cylinder unit. So you can see the vibrations is right there. So Tata actually celebrates 1 year anniversary of Tata Altroz, and the design remains identical. There is no any changes at all except the engine, and also the car looks very attractive. I think one of the best looking hatchbacks in this segment, as well as one of the best looking Tata cars ever. So you do have the projected headlamps for the front, but it's halogens. So moving on to the tire section, it has this 195/655 R 16-inch alloy wheels, which looks absolutely amazing. You see those alloys, which looks really good, as you can see in the video right now. Those look very good. These are the diamond cut, which are made up with a black and silver finish, which looks absolutely amazing. I can say the car looks definitely very gorgeous and attractive in those wheels. So moving on to the side, you have this chrome highlights which have been used very lightly, which gives a minimal look to the vehicle. So you do have the doors which opens up a 90-degree, which makes the ingress and egress very nice, and you have a lot of space to go inside, like I said. And also this is the first in segment. There is a lot of first in segments in this vehicle. I'm going to show you in the front. So moving on to the back, you have the door handle just like the Swift and the Chevrolet Beat, which looks the lines kind of they continue. You don't have an boring handle again. So moving on to the back, back is what definitely looks very gorgeous. The taillights is completely LED except the reverse light and the indicators. So they do resemble the Harrier in case of rear tail lamps, but you do have the fog lamps as well as 2 reflectors, and also iTurbo badging to let the know people that this is a turbo variant. So you do have the vocal for local badging in the back glass. So moving on to the back, you have the rear wipers. The wipers is what works really well in all Tata vehicles, just like others. So you do have this tiny spoilers just like you got before, with a tiny brake lights. Talking about the black color shade is what really impressed me. As you can see, this is shiny black, and you can see the reflection of the drone right there. It is so shiny. It's like just like the mirror, which looks amazing. Especially in this blue shade, the black looks really good. And moving on to the back, you have the rear camera placement, which has been placed correctly to cover all the back image. So to open the boot, all you have to do is just press a button, and it rolls up automatically without any kind of energy required. So talking about the boot space, it has 345 liters amount of boot space, which is massive enough, and this is first in segment. These rival car doesn't offer this much of boot space. So talking about the spare tire, it has 14-inch of spare tire. Obviously can't fit a 16-inch alloy wheel over there. I was really amazed by this feature. All you have to do is just pull down very lightly, and the boot goes down without any kind of hassle at all. I really like this feature, and thanks for the good quality of hydraulic struts, which works amazing. So now let's get inside the passenger side of the vehicle. So the first thing you notice is new two-tone interiors. So the door handle is what felt premium. This is a brushed metal, which is absolutely top class or top quality, whatever it is. So moving on to the Tata seats. So this is what I like. This leather, it feels like it's premium. It feels like it's some kind of BMW or Mercedes. That kind of quality was the Tata is offering, and it's very soft. When you sit inside, it feels very comfortable. And also there's a brushed metal between the AC vents, and also this is a new interior trim which has been used, which is very good. So talking about the ambient lighting. So as you can see, the ambient lighting, which is definitely blue according to the car color, but it kind of gives a luxury touch to the vehicle, which is definitely very nice. So you do have the glow box, which has 2 sections now. So you can divide your things to 2 sections, and you can keep a lot of stuff inside. So it is as well as illuminated, as well as it's cool. So now let's get inside the driver side of the vehicle. You do have the request sensor for the driver side, which is really very nice. So the door design, it's quite similar to the other side, but except you get window switches as well as the controls for the OEMs. So now you do have the one touch up and down for the driver side, which is really very nice. So now let's get inside the driver's seat. You do have the height adjustment for the top end trims. So like I said, this is what I like from Tata. The softest seats. They make softest seats and they make a top class wipers. That's really very true. It may be funny, but they're true. Speaking of the steering wheel, there is no changes for it. Same old steering wheel from the Altroz. So moving on to the right side, bottom of steering wheel, you have the controls for a start and stop engine. So fog lamps as well as auto engine on and off buttons. So you do have a small cup holder kind of thing to hold some of coins or some other stuff. So on the left side of the steering wheel, you have the controls for the infotainment system for some, so that's like volume, mode and everything. So on the right side, you have the controls for MID as well as the cruise control. So on the left side of the steering wheel, you have the controls for the wipers. This spray, the water sprays and definitely cleans very well. I really like the wipers of the Tata, like I said. So on the right side of the steering wheel, you have the controls for the headlights and for the indicators as well as the headlight leveler. So you have all three in one, which is very nice. So talking about the MID, so it is a combination of analog speedometer and a digital tachometer, which is very nice. And also what I liked is it displays the orientation of tires when you get in, which is very good feature for beginners. As you can see, it's on red. When I turn the steering and align it in a correct way, it shows the green like that, which is very nice for beginners. So there is a lot of other basic functions like range and it displays even the music that's playing, and also the tachometer also looks very good. It revs up until to 5500 rpm. Moving on to the infotainment system now, it has this 7.0 inch infotainment system which works really well, and also it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and also it has a new feature called as IRA. So it is a Tata's connected car technology called IRA, which in short called as Intelligent Real-Time Assist. It offers typical connected car features including remote lock and unlock, geofencing, vehicle tracking, etc. The system also understands Hindi and English. It understands Hindi. If I say some command in Hindi, it understands and it responds back in Hindi. That's really crazy. You can hear it right now. AC कम करो.
AC को 18 पर सेट किया जा रहा है. मैं इससे ज्यादा कम नहीं कर सकती.
So it responded in Hindi because I gave a command in Hindi. I'm going to give a command in English. Increase the fan speed.
Okay, increasing fan speed to 2.
So now let's move on to the air conditioning unit. You have the manual buttons, just like all the vehicles. It does have automatic climate control. So what's crazy is this car can control air conditioning by 3 ways. One is by voice commands, one is by normal touch buttons, one is by infotainment system. That's really very crazy. Can your car do that? Nope. So that's the car for you. Now let's move on to the express cool feature.
Express cooling on. Windows may roll down.
So you can turn on the express cool by button or by the infotainment system. You have 2 ways to do it. So when you turn on the express cooling, the driver side window comes down just like that. See, and then the AC comes on full blast to give you the chillest experience. So there is a lot of cup holders and space to keep some of the stuff, and you do have a 5-speed manual. So no automatic offered. It's very fun to drive, which I'm going to get in a bit. So you do have a 2 drive modes, which is Sport and City. Eco mode is not offered because it is in the normal Altroz. So you do have the manual handbrakes, and the center armrest is wrapped up in leather, and it has a decent amount of space to keep some of your stuff. So now let's get inside the back seat. So ingress and egress is really good because it has a 90 degrees of opening. So obviously it's very easy to get inside. You do have a 12-volt charger in the back as well as AC vent. So head support, thigh support, head support is all very nice and no complaints at all in the back. You do have a center armrest with which is wrapped up in leather and it is very soft. Now let's get behind the wheel and drive the Altroz. Driving the Tata Altroz Turbo now. So the first thing you notice in this car is you feel that extra power. It's certainly apparent. If you have driven the 1.2 liter naturally aspirated unit, you definitely feel there's a bit jump of power and you feel the power in the accelerator, that I can say for sure. And like I said, there is a lot of first in segments in this vehicle, like it may be the boot space or 90-degree opening doors. And also there is one more thing, that is the first in segment. So Tata Altroz is the only turbo petrol has to use indirect or port direct injection, which isn't as sophisticated as a direct injection turbo petrols of its rivals, which is really nice. So as we all know, this is a 3-cylinder unit. Even though this is a 3-cylinder, the vibrations have been handled very well. So it's a rather smooth on startup for a 3-cylinder engine. Like I said, the retune now makes the engine offer more, decent go even at low RPMs. There is a plenty of torque and tap to, and this ensures the car can start accelerating rather smoothly. There is no, unsupported kind of power delivery. It is very well contained, just like the Nexon EV. So as far as the spirited driving goes, the Tata Altroz I-Turbo is comfortable. It gets to 120 without no problem at all. And once we shift up, the speedo hours around 140 kmph, no problem at all. I did go around 160 or 170. I didn't feel the car was doing that much because of the quality of what Tata is offering. So this also means that new Altroz will be able to keep most enthusiasts like me happy. The gearbox too is it feels smooth, and also the clutch is too light to operate, which is very nice. And overall it means that Tata Altroz I-Turbo then is a quite fun car to drive. I really had a lot of fun. And another important update is the new variant comes in the form of 2 drive modes, which is Sport. It doesn't have the Eco mode, it has City and Sport. So which changes when you put onto the Sport mode, it changes the mapping, thus offering better performance. There is a marked difference in performance when it is in the Sport mode compared to the standard drive mode, which is a City. So the dynamics of the Altroz is something I like, to make sure that Turbo Altroz performs equally well. So Tata says that they have made a small tweaks to the suspension and steering setup. Expectedly, the ride and handling are excellent. I'm going to give 10 by 10 for that. The suspension is well judged, along with the stiff and taut body shell enable the car to sail over bad stretches with easy, delivering a confident and mature ride. So talking about the steering wheel, so Tata has said that they have tweaked the steering wheel and suspension. Definitely you can define the difference in the steering wheel, because as you go fast, the steering wheel it tightens, which is a really nice feature. So it is very nice and light at low speeds and has sufficient weight at higher speeds. And talking about the handling, I'm gonna give 10 by 10 for handling. I did do hard on some corners, but this car definitely smoked everything. It made it feel like nothing, like a piece of cake for this. And braking and these tires, these are wrapped up in 195 55 R16, which is really enough. I'm really impressed with this package, it's definitely a hit. So as I said, the suspension have been retuned than the previous Altroz, and this means literally nothing feels inside. I'm gonna do hard on corner, like coming on the upcoming curve. I'm gonna do hard left, but it doesn't feel anything. This car handled it very well. This is why I like the Altroz. 10 by 10 handling, everything is just perfect. The power, the braking, the tires, the handling, the steering wheel, everything is just perfect. There is nothing to complain on the drive at all. No matter how much I brag about handling, you will not know until and unless you feel it by yourself. Definitely a hit. I'm telling you, if you are looking to buy any kind of turbo hatchback in India, do consider Altroz Turbo and come visit the showroom and experience it by yourself, and I'm 100% sure you'll be impressed by its handling and performance. And moving on to the conclusion, overall the Altroz I-Turbo is a quite fun car to drive. And also I'd like to say thank you for Mr. Santosh, Kishan, Pawan and Vijay for letting me know all the features of the vehicle, and also special thanks for Mr. Simukatapa sir for letting me borrow the car for the review. And now let's do 0 to 100 acceleration.
Sport drive mode activated.
Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and don't forget to subscribe.